The huge turnout for yesterday's traditional marriage rally and the appearance of two possible governor candidates may be a sign of things to come. Our KITV Star Bulletin poll shows Lieutenant Governor Duke Aiona trailing both of his potential rivals. But same-sex marriage is an issue that could make a difference. KITV4 political editor Daryl Huff joins us now to explain. Daryl?
Paula, Governor Lingle says she wants the civil unions issue to just go away, but her lieutenant governor is taking a position that could make it a big part of the race to replace her. They came by the thousands to the traditional marriage rally yesterday, and their votes could make a difference for Republican Lieutenant Governor Duke Aiona.
I am a candidate for family. I am a candidate for marriage. I am.
That may be an issue that can mobilize people outside of the base and bring people who normally wouldn't vote for Republicans into voting for Aiona.
And the KITV Star Bulletin poll suggests he may need it, showing that if the general election were held today and Neil Abercrombie was the Democratic candidate, he would have a 9-point lead over Aiona, and Mufi Hanneman would have a 6-point lead. About a quarter of likely voters are undecided. So experts say Aiona needs a way to break out of a traditional Republican problem in Hawaii.
If you can't find an issue as a Republican to mobilize people outside of your normal base, you're going to lose.
Aiona says his priority issues are the economy, jobs, and education. And his boss, the governor, says civil unions should not even be considered by the legislature this year. But Aiona is supporting another constitutional amendment on same-sex marriage, which would keep the issue alive through the legislature and all the way to the November ballot.
It would help if the majority of the people who came out to vote were in favor of this issue. Yeah, I guess it would help me. But I'm not looking as this as a catalyst to jump-starting my campaign.
Neil Abercrombie supports civil unions, but Mufi Hanneman made a surprise appearance at yesterday's rally, not making a statement about civil unions, but very clear on one thing.
I believe in the sanctity of marriage between a man and a woman.
Aiona does poll a little better than Hanneman and Abercrombie when voters were asked how favorably they view the candidates. And once again, he credits family values.
They can relate to me because I'm like them. I have a family, I have children, I am born and raised here in Hawaii.
Hanneman has told sources that he intends to neutralize Aiona on that issue. Our poll on the governor's race, by the way, involved 800 voters and has a margin of error of less than 4%. Tonight at 10, we'll look at the primary and general elections for Congress. And tomorrow morning, the Star Bulletin will release our poll on how voters feel about Governor Lingle after 7 years in office. Paul?
Daryl, it's kind of surprising that Hanneman got himself into the same-sex issue so early, and is that going to be an issue in the primary race against Neil Abercrombie?
That's a real good question, Paula. It really could, especially if Aiona is unopposed in the primary. Voters that are then energized by the gay rights debate could decide to vote in the Democratic primary, and that could help Hanneman, who's perceived as being the more socially conservative of the two.
It'll be interesting to see these polls as we keep
This is going to be a fun year.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Daryl.